All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and I just wanted to, in this video, talk about one of my biggest pet peeves with the agency industry, the SMMA industry. You know, there's a lot of people like myself out here touting another course or another program or something, and it feels a lot like we're just out to sell you on a business model that won't work. And I feel very aligned. My integrity, my character feels fine. I love getting people into our program, our course, because I believe in it. But that being said, I think there's a lot of misconceptions about SMMA, and there's a lot of things in the industry that I think are not healthy for people like yourself if you're a beginner to be taking into your mind about running an agency. And I just want to talk about a few of the misconceptions and a few of those things that are keeping people from really succeeding in the agency model that I see all the time. There's a lot of influencers, and I'm very close knit in this space. I know a lot of them, and I'm not going to say any names. That's just stupid of me. And I'm not going to do that. That's unfair and that's rude, and I expect people to do the same for me. But really, my whole goal in this video is just to say, what I'm seeing these high-earning agencies doing that they just freaking won't talk about, and that nobody seems to mention for some reason. And I think it's because they want to keep the business model feeling as simple as possible, so that it feels like there's a low barrier of entry, so that people buy their course or whatever. But I'm not here to tell you it's easy. I'm not here to tell you that we're going to get you your first client in 30 days or some bull crap like that. I'm setting the foundation for real entrepreneurs and helping real people grow real businesses over the long term. We've got people who joined our program back when it was in version 1 2 years ago, and they're still loyal, and they're still growing with us. And that's what I want. And I want this channel to be the front end of an otherwise truly thriving business that helps people grow theirs. So, without plugging my course, I'm gonna stop humble plugging my course here. What I want to do in this video is share with you what I'm seeing in the industry that is being touted incorrectly. The first one is this weird concept that as a digital marketer, you should be using manual tactics to acquire clients. Things like cold calling, cold emailing, cold outreach, cold whatever. It's so weird to me that, at the same time that you're serving clients with digital marketing tactics like Facebook ads, YouTube ads, funnels, everything like that, you yourself aren't even using those tactics to get clients. So, one of the things that we teach in our program and we have our lower tier program, the 6-figure consultant, and then the 7-figure consultant. In the 7-figure consultant, we have this group coaching program where I'm sitting down with people, helping them build funnels to generate clients at scale and at will, predictably down to the dollar and the day. They could just spend money on ads to acquire clients. That's where you want to get in as an agency, to a point where you can predictably scale based on systems. A lot of people, have this idea that, if you want to get to 7 figures, you just need to do a freaking buttload of cold outreach, do tons of cold calls, have a sales floor of cold callers. The problem with cold calling or cold email is that it's this linear growth process. So imagine we have a line here, and this axis is time, and we have a line here, and this axis is earnings, or how many clients you have. It's almost like you're going to get one client, you're going to get another client, you're going to lose one, you're going to get two, you're going to lose one, and it's this straight line linear growth. There's no compound effect. It doesn't get faster, it doesn't get easier. To cold call, cold email, if you are to send 100 cold emails, you get 2 meetings, you land one of them, you've landed one client, but that doesn't make the next client easier. There's no feedback loop mechanism there. It doesn't compound, it doesn't get easier and faster over time. Cold outreach is a great way to maybe get your first client, but it's no way to scale a real business. Once you've gotten that first client, you must focus on inbound, whether it's organic or paid methods, building your brand, running ads, building a funnel, starting a Facebook group for your niche, whatever it might be. Just find these organic ways to attract clients and get them to schedule calls on your calendar and practice your script. Just get obsessed about how you handle those calls. Personally with my agency, I have a 1 out of 3 close rate, and we attract maybe 1 or 2 new sales calls every single day. And I say no to clients all the freaking time because we literally just don't have the resources to handle them. That's where I'm at in my agency. If I had a bigger team, I'd probably be at $100,000 a month freaking right now. But I've just kept it very lean and very simple. And I feel like there's other ways to get to $100,000 than building a complex team right now. So that being said, start playing with inbound. Start playing with those methods. At the start, it's fine to play with cold. It feels like you're in more control, sending LinkedIn messages, emails, cold calls. It makes a little bit of sense for a beginner. But dude, once you've gotten even just one client or even a couple meetings and you're getting comfortable with the process of being in the zone with a business owner and speaking with them on a very cordial, upfront level about your services and getting used to that environment, play with inbound. Do not keep doing cold. It's very unfortunate to me that, this is no gripe at Ty Lopez or any of these big players. It's very unfortunate to me that, they introduced the agency business model to the general public in a way that made it feel like, hey, you could just send some emails and get some clients. And that's just not the truth. Like, every single one of the 7-figure agency owners that I know, and I know a lot of them, they're some of my best friends, they're some of the people that I have holding me accountable, like, to my business. These are people that I know, hang out with, I'm on Zoom meetings every other day with, just chatting about business. Like, that's my network, and none of them, not a single one, is still doing cold outreach. So that's the first thing. Forget cold outreach. Once you've gotten a couple clients from cold, or you've played with it and you're getting comfortable in that environment of talking to businesses, start playing with inbound. That's the first thing. So here's the second thing. The second thing that I'm seeing that I feel like should be demolished, should just be wiped off the table for you, is this idea that you should build a bunch of systems and processes and mechanisms and workflows and all this crap before you get a client. I've had so many calls. You know, with you guys, I say, hey, schedule a call to see if you're a good fit for the 6-figure marketing consultant or whatever. You know, obviously there's no pressure to invest on the phone. There's no weird sales techniques. It's just a real conversation, right? And so many of these people come in, they're like, we've got a website, we've got workflows, we've got contractor lists, we've got a contract, we've got, you know, systems and operating procedures. I'm like, dude, chill the frick out. Get a client first. Everything you've done is harder than getting a client. This is just some weird thing that's happening, and I don't know where it's coming from. I don't know who's touting this idea that you should build a bunch of systems and workflows before you even have a client. So, you know, I talk about 3 things that matter. There's only 3 things that matter in running your agency, and this is what we teach in the course. This is what we teach people to do. Set appointments, meaning inbound appointments. Get people coming to you and set appointments. We've got some coaches in our program. You know, I pay some coaches to be active, and they teach cold if you're really attracted to cold. But my actual program, we don't even touch that crap because I know that it doesn't compound. But that being said, you set appointments, you get on the appointments, and you practice your script. You practice, it's less of a script, it's more of guidelines. You practice your mindset on these calls. You practice how you approach them. And lastly, you just get better at getting results for your clients. Like, those 3 things will change your life, your business forever. Those are the only 3 things that matter. Everything else, and I say this with full confidence, is just total noise and should be completely ignored forever in your agency. Set appointments, get on the appointments, get better at getting results. Those are the only things you need. You do not need all these back-end systems and workflows. You can build those later. Make a mess first. Just make a frickin' mess, and then pilot right. So it's almost like you gotta, if you're building a Lego set, you know, you don't take one Lego out of the box and then put it right where it goes. You just dump the freaking box out, just on the table, everything's there, and then you assemble the thing, and it's way quicker to do that. There's this parable of 2 men on speedboats, right? And there's an island about 50, say, miles away or whatever, 500 yards or whatever. And one guy's just sitting here bobbing, aiming his speedboat just right so that when he finally revs it, he goes straight to the island. What he doesn't know is that the waves and that the current and the wind is going to blow him off. You cannot aim from 500 yards away. It's impossible. You have to constantly be steering. The other guy, the second one, the smarter one, just starts revving, and he crashes and he stumbles and he hits waves and the wind blows him over and he has to hop back on his speedboat. But he gets there like hours before this guy does, because you cannot steer your ship on bobbing water. It's just going to keep turning you and moving you. And if you stand still, I mean, if any of you have ever been on a boat, you know what I'm talking about. Like, if you stand still on open waters, you're just like doing this and you're moving and you're bobbing. You cannot aim from there. So stop thinking ahead towards problems that don't exist in your agency. Stop making systems and processes that just don't freaking help you. And I'm so passionate about this because it's held so many entrepreneurs back. They think they need all these things before they go and get a client. You just don't. You just don't. Go out there and generate revenue. That is your number 1 priority as a business owner, is to generate revenue with high margins so you can profit off of that revenue and to reinvest your profits back into growing the business. That's it. So those are 2 huge misconceptions in regards to running your agency that I've seen touted just endlessly in this industry that I think is holding so many students back, so many people from actually starting an agency properly. You know, I'm not here to tell you it's going to be easy. I'm not here to tell you we have the perfect system. It's different for everybody. It's just different for everyone, and that is the reality of starting a business. That's just the reality of it. And anybody that's saying otherwise is selling you something that doesn't work. I'll call them out. They're selling something that just doesn't work. So that's my case in this video. 2 things. 1, if you are a digital marketer and you're serving clients with digital marketing, but you're getting clients with cold calling, who the frick are you? Like, what a hypocritical thing to be doing. Then the other one is building all these systems and processes and these little workflows and crap that doesn't actually move the needle for you. Get out there, get clients, forget everything else, build the systems as you go. Jump off the cliff and build the plane on the way down, right? Most of you are ready, aim, fire. I'm saying ready, fire, aim. Like you've got plenty of rounds in the chamber, just start shooting. You know, most of us are young guns. We've got time. You know, not everybody, but I know most of my audience is young. We have time, so start shooting right now. So that's it. That's this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this meant something to you, woke you up a little bit to some of these misconceptions that are happening in the industry right now, and hopefully it gets you off your butt and on track to growing your agency. Once again, schedule a call if you need more help. Join our free Facebook group. Great place to grow. We've got over 2,000 people in there. We have interviews with other big names in the SMMA space, interviews in there with students, great content coming up every day, Q&As, things like that. Some great students from our program are active in there helping you guys out. A great place to join. Lastly, follow me on Instagram. Good place to keep up to date with what I've got going on, daily workflows in my agency, how I run my whole business as an entirety. And yeah, thanks so much. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one.